Hello and welcome to Particular Play Paint. We are back with some Warhammer 3 and today we are playing some duo domination mode battles. So this is a battle I had recently between Cathay and Vampire Coast as a team and the High Elves and Nurgle. So we are on Death Pass and my thinking was, well, Death Pass, the dwarves are good or are playable rather than being pretty trash as in other maps. So why not Cathay, who are basically dwarves with mobility? They play much like dwarves. They have very uh, durable infantry and a lot of shooting. So for my army here, I have brought three Jade Warriors in my primary group, two units of Crane Gunners, and the two Sky Junks. The two Sky Junks are the major piece in my build here because generally artillery has been performing really well in dominations where you can target the major threats on the battlefield from a long distance or when they reach the capture points. Because people have to stay on the capture points, it's generally easier to target and harder to dodge. So my teammate here who is the vampire count, has brought a lot of zombies as usual. He also, I believe, has some crane wraiths. Yes, two units of crane wraiths, some fell bats, and that will be their army for the time being. And one unit of blood knights, which is the major damage dealing piece here. The Nurgle army over here has the Chaos Warrior of Nurgle with great weapon, great against armor, also Marauders of Nurgle's great weapons, who are also good against armor. A lot of plague bearers, a very strong and stable front line. The two units of Chaos Chariots of Nurgle, so basically an anti-armor build, which is really nice against Cathay in theory. Also, now here is a juicy part. The High Elf has bought two dragons, a mage of fire on dragon, and Imric, the dragon lord, on his dragon. So double dragon, but the thing is, in domination, double dragon can be a bit risky because if the opponent brings shooting, they can shoot down your dragon pretty easily. And also, being large monster, they don't have a lot of capture weight. One dragon may be useful to terror out things because routing units don't really have capture weight, but a double dragon, in my opinion, is a bit too much. Also, he has two sisters of Avalon units to deal some magic damage and some fire damage against the undead. So that's a good choice against the undead. And here, let's start the replay. So at the start, we both just start moving our armies, and the two dragons are moving forward directly towards the army here. And I see this, and I was like, okay, let's send our dragon-blooded Shingun Yin Lord, and let's Melkot's mystifying miasma, the Mage of Fire, because the Mage of Fire is the major problem against the undead. Here I do a mistake of my Sky Junks also targeting the dragon. They of course don't hit much, but now my Crane Gunner starts shooting the dragon, and look how fast the HP drops. And here is the Red Drake dragon trying to target the Sorcerer Lord. Some hits, but the Sorcerer Lord is getting absolutely melted. The Red Drake's breath misses, not really good on flying target. The Sorcerer manages to get a successful fire vortex spell on us and Imric's Dragon Breath, but he immediately gets broken, and immediately after he will be shattered. Whereas I have sent a few Jade Peasant Horsemen down to the objective 2 here, just to hold the line for a bit and delay the capture. The Nurgle army, on the other hand, is completely moving towards the left objective, where is the objective 1. The Blood Knights pull back, and I think I summon. No, that was my summon. I summoned a peasant horseman and sent them there. They will get broken pretty easily, but that is a bit of delay there. They can't capture it yet, or it reduces the capture weight. because generally if there is an enemy unit, that will reduce the capture weight, or their capture will be subtracted from that. So Emmerich is getting shot now. The Sorcerer Lord is shattered and running for the hills. The Vampire Counts are currently holding the middle completely, and the Blood Knights are falling back. The Nurgle, whole army of Nurgle is moving towards objective 3. They should have moved here and competed for this objective, and maybe send one unit here to capture this, because this is just giving them a free objective. Now my Sky Junks over here will turn their attentions toward the major army of the Nurgle, while the Sister of Avalon just ripping the Cannon Wraiths to shred. They do magical damage, and the Cannon Wraiths are ethereal unit, so they take the full brunt of the damage. Pulling in some spearmen just to add some capture weights here on this objective, because the Cannon Wraiths have infantry capture weight. The plague drones are getting pummeled pretty hard, and I think at this point I am shooting the chariots here with my crane gunners, and look at the damage they do, like immediately dropping them below half health. Crane gunners are insanely good piece here against most of the Nurgle army, because Nurgle tends to be much slower than other armies. But now the capture weight has, I believe, shifted in their favor. Yes, that is held by the Vampire Counts. Yet still, this one is still contested actually. Let's see. So yeah, this one is still contested by us. But soon the capture will start shifting towards them. This objective we have it handled. The loons are currently shooting down towards the third objective, but towards the first objective actually. But they have captured the first objective here, and they are coming down this route to go behind the flank. But this is not really ideal, because these units are not fighting over here, while other units are completely accumulating values. My crane gunners are completely free to shoot anything on the battlefield. I have been summoning unit constantly. This is a very long distance where they will be shot down to pieces by my Sky Junks, and I have a lot of time to react over here. The Nurgle also summons some Chaos Warriors of Nurgle Great Weapons, some Plague Bearers, some Marauders, and some Nurgle Warriors Great Weapon. But as they are coming down from their deployment site, my loons, my Sky Junks start shooting at them, and this Jade Warrior, I have been putting them here just to protect any flank from here if possible, but they were mostly useless for the whole battle. But now the Nurgle army has reached, so I pulled some Jade Warriors back to block them off, so they can't reach the backline of the Vampire Count armies, or the back of the Vampire Count army. They're mostly melee armies, so not really backline. But here the chariots have reached my crane gunners, so I split them up and start shooting them from two sides, so that their attention is divided. Now we have I have sent some Jade Warriors over here to equalize the capture weight, and also have summoned and sent some Celestial Dragon Guards over here, who will do insanely well against most of the army. The Crane Wraiths are fighting against the Spearmen, and also the Black Coach is fighting over there. Now there is the duel of the Dragon Lords over here. The Red Duke and Emmerich. Emmerich seems to be losing. No, he is winning currently, but he is being shot at and being also these Vargeists here have been beating on him, so he is in a pretty bad position. Although the chariots, land chariots of Grace has been called here to support Emmerich, and the Red Duke is being beaten down by them. They are armor piercing. Here I forget my Jade Lancer that I sent up the hill to disrupt the Sister of Avalon, and they get caught by spears, although they have successfully done their job and killed the Sister of Avalon over here. The Eagle Artillery has been pushed back by the Red Duke, but they have been pulled back. There is some Nurgling summon and more Sister of Avalon's summons to support this backline. and the middle point has now turned into a complete blob fight. Uh, and this line is being held quite well. I believe I do Talons of the Night over here. Yes, there we go, a Talon of the Night on the Plague Bearer. That's quite a good amount of damage. Not the best Vortex spell, but over time it does quite amount of damage. Actually, it does quite a good amount of damage. Reduces them to half health almost. The hounds have been called, the dire wolves have been called, and they're chasing the Festus, chasing Festus. Not a good idea. Festus will not be faced by these dire wolves, but mostly ignoring Festus till now because he's not really a problem. He can't be everywhere at once. And I have been shooting the balloons at the blob, although the zombies are being hit mostly, which is not ideal. So I think I will change the target in a second. Yes, and shooting these chosen great weapons over here. The hounds are behind Festus like anything, and these chosen great weapons are coming over here and being summoned and by blocked by the crypt ghouls. And I summon some jade lancers over here to attack these marauders of Nurgle and to capture back this objective. These peasant horsemen have been fighting for the longest time with these marauders. Not ideal for them, but well, they are a blocker. There are some chariots coming, but they are really low. They will be broken immediately. And look at the glorious chart. Mows down the entire marauder unit almost at once. And the chariots are shaken too by this visage of their kin getting slaughtered by the Jade Lancers, and they are broken. The Marauders are getting pummeled by the Jade Lancers pretty well. The Jade Lancers here have reached the backline of the Sisters of Avalon, and they are getting well, they are, I think, we are not losing. Yeah, actually, the Sisters of Avalon are winning against them. So I pull them back here, and the beast, the Soul Grinder has been summoned. Not a good unit, but well. And now these loons are almost out of ammo actually, and they are still shooting in the Nurgle blob. Look at how much damage the chosen, the Marauder's great weapon has been completely destroyed. And although there is a huge Nurgle force still here, my crane gunners are still healthy. They have been shooting constantly on this force. And look at the damage. They immediately reduce them almost to half of the 3 crane gunners and with 2 units which have quite some armor. They have a lot of armor piercing damage, the crane gunners. The Jade Lancers pull back after. I think the chariots, the Black Coast destroy the Sister of Avalon over there. The Jade Lancers pull back because there are too many things that I don't really want to fight. These Sister of Avalon are shooting into the Jade Lancers over here, but this has been captured, so this is with us currently for now, and it's pretty close on the actual point scale, not too far away. These plate drones now come after my sky junks, but I pull back my sky junks and my lord, and also I change my target of my crane gunners to these plague drones soon, I guess. Yes, there we go. Changing the targets to the plague drones because I don't want to really lose my sky junks. Almost, although they have done their job mostly, use all of their ammo. The plague drones will be pummeled pretty hard by these 2 units of crane gunners. Currently, this 1 unit of crane gunner actually. A wind of death going down the line, destroying the Nurgle force over there. And Nurgle currently has, I guess, only the second objective, which is the middle one. So it took a lot of time for Nurgle to actually take the middle objective, but a bit of lag there. Yeah, so take the middle objective, but we are quite ahead on point at this point, about 1,000 point ahead. And now my crane gunners goes in and starts shooting at them, so the Nurglings will start shattering, but the Soul Grinder I think is shooting from the background into the into this blob here, and I summon some peasant spears just to add some capture weight to it, while my skyjunk shoot at the Nurglings. The plague drones are being bullied hard by the crane gunners. and my lord is currently just sitting back there doing nothing because, well, she doesn't have anything to do at this point. The Emmerich is, I believe, dead at this point. Where is Emmerich? Yeah, Emmerich is either shattered or dead at this point. The Red Duke is surprisingly still alive. Not much of shooting on their part. And then I pull some present horsemen over here actually to support this area. And there we reach the point caps and win. Really a good victory. The thing is that it seems that Skyjunk is doing really well in the this kind of map, and for Cathay in Domination, maybe some kind of new tech against Nurgle or other slower factions, Skyjunk, Melkoth, Mystic Ring, Miasma, a lot of shooting and a lot of cheap frontline to for capture weight and some supporting units for Celestial Dragon Guards. So let's see, look at the value here. So how did the Skyjunks do? The Skyjunks, the first one did 1710 gold value, and the second one is also around 1700. So they definitely paid for themselves in doubles. I think the Skyjunks cost about 1,000 or 1100 or something like that. So they definitely paid for themselves and did a lot of damage. The crane gunners did 2000 damage and more than 2000 damage each actually. So a lot uh, on their part too. The crane gunners were a great piece in my opinion. The Jade Warriors were mostly holding the line. The Lord did 928, about 1000, so that's good enough. And the Celestial Dragon Guard didn't do well. They were mostly a supporting piece. The Crane Gunners, this one was summoned quite late, so they didn't get much time to do a lot of damage. Well, there was not much left on the battlefield. So 584 on their part. The Jade Lancers did pretty well, and the Prison Bomb Horsemen, not really expecting a lot for them. They're just cheap capture weights. On the higher part, maybe a very small starting army and two dragons was what they did them in mostly. If they brought more cheap spears, maybe some great weapons, or the sword masters, um, that might have been good. Sorcerer Lord, and that should have been good. The dragons really doesn't seem to do well here. Emmerich did well actually, but the sorcerer was just pummeled to death immediately after coming to the battlefield. Uh, Also, most of my crane gunner's value was from the sorcerer, I guess, but still they did well. The Sister of Avalon seems to be a good unit. The White Lions of Grace not summoned enough, not didn't do enough. The Eagle Artillery didn't do enough. The Eagle Artillery not really a good piece here. At least one Eagle Artillery is not going to do anything. You need at least a few for them to be impactful. On part of Nurgle, a really good build actually. Festus is good. Festus is a world beater, and the chariots were a good piece. The plague drums are a good piece, but the major problem was shifting to the first objective in the early time of the game, where they were not engaged well. The high elf force was just getting decimated. If they came to the center objective and sent one group of unit to the side objective, targeting the vampire counts and contesting the center objective, then we might have lost some free points over there. So that might have changed the game conditions. Anyways, well played to my opponents, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.